Reality is an intrusive son of a bitch. You can run from it. You can hide from it. You can even deny its existence and create a whole new reality. But in the end, reality always makes an appearance, whether you want it to or not. As bleak as reality may seem, you don't have to be completely unprepared for it. You can accept reality and do your best to prepare for it when it turns ugly. Or you can roll around in the plush comfort of conscious ignorance. That is until you experience the darker side of reality and realize that your ignorance, though comforting, has left you completely unprepared. Red pill or blue pill? Which one will you take? When it comes to personal safety, the red pill is the gun. The blue pill is the belief that gun control and the government can keep you safe from the randomness of reality, even though in the back of your mind, you know this isn't true. So what will it be? Red pill or blue pill? Understand that when you take the red pill, there's no going back. You may get the gun back, but you can't unsee reality. You can only choose to deliberately ignore it.
First question, do you feel like people who carry guns are typically looking for a fight?
I don't. I think people who are looking for a fight are looking for a fight. So people who typically carry guns are carrying them to protect themselves.
There's bad people with guns and there's good people with guns. Not everybody's looking for a fight.
For the most part, for the general population, I don't believe people are just looking for a fight.
I'd say that I feel that people who carry guns are the exact opposite of somebody looking for a fight.
Second question, if you're around someone that has a firearm on them, do you feel safer knowing that that someone has a gun?
No, not necessarily at all.
That's a really hard question to answer because guns do keep people safe, but they're also used in the opposite manner, you know what I mean?
If there was some issue happening, I would feel safer as long as this person is trained.
You can pose that question to anyone about any other item, you know, and feel the same way.
Someone comes into your store and they have a gun. Would you rather know if they're carrying a gun or not?
I don't care to know what everyone carries on them.
I would rather nobody notice if I'm carrying or not.
I would like to know if something happened and they needed protection. That'd be the guy I'm going to go to.
I'd rather know than not know, just for the sake of my own protection, being able to react to their intent.
I guess if I didn't know, it really wouldn't matter. I'm gonna go about, you know, my interaction with them just the same as I would anybody else.
An armed citizen is somebody who takes reality for what it is and understands that at any given moment their life could be threatened. And because of that, they prime themselves or put themselves in the best position to defend against that on a daily basis. So whether they choose to carry a firearm, whether they choose to carry a knife, whether they choose to take up some type of martial art or self-defense skill, it makes no difference to me. And if anything, I think the gun for me served more as a catalyst to understand my vulnerabilities, my lack of awareness and things of that nature going out and through life. And so I think that knowledge alone is almost equal to me carrying a firearm, if not more so. So if I'm an individual who's refusing to understand or have a baseline knowledge of the gun laws in this country, I think you're playing yourself, because at the end of the day, you know, when you are confronted, if you are ever confronted with someone, let's say, for instance, who does pull a gun on you, you can't outrun that bullet. You can't box that bullet. So you're gonna need something of equal ability to fight that. So if that means that I understand that I live in a world where I could be confronted with somebody with a gun, that means, you know what? I probably want to go out and learn how to use a gun. And therefore, that knowledge of me learning how to use that firearm as a result of understanding the gun laws in my country, which allow me to carry that firearm that I've now learned how to use, now puts me in the best position to confront and defend against any attack that may come my way. Just putting yourself in a position to just be able to deal with that type of situation if it ever arises, the best way possible, to me, is what I would consider an armed citizen.
What?
What are you doing?
I am trying to engage in some preventative thief measures. The last thing I need is for someone to take all of my valuables. So I go out of my way to make sure that they are out of sight. My computers, my bags, my guns, ironically. What? Yeah. So in Connecticut, I am not allowed to carry. I am not allowed to have a magazine with a capacity more than 10 rounds. However, I am allowed to have a firearm in my domicile or my home, or if I'm at a hotel, which is considered my temporary domicile, there. So, with that being said though, in order to transport them, they have to be basically the gun and the ammunition to be inaccessible. They need to be in a locked compartment that's apart from the glove box. So I have them in my lock box with my magazine separately and my ammunition separately as well. That essentially is how you live when you're in Connecticut if you're transferring a firearm, which I think is utterly ridiculous considering I'm actually gonna go into New Hampshire after this, but I can carry my gun in New Hampshire all willy-nilly. No one will say a word. Traveling is stressful enough. You have states that go ahead and make it even tougher and even more frustrating by coming up with these ridiculous laws that prevent me from carrying a firearm, even though I have a concealed carry license from Texas. But they have no problems with me and my driver's license driving this rental in their state. Somehow I'm more dangerous here in Connecticut than I am in somewhere else or when I am in Texas. I don't understand that. But yet, when I drive this vehicle, cops don't stop me and ask me, where's your Connecticut ID or whatever ID I would need to drive here in Connecticut. No one asks me where my Connecticut driver's license is. I show them my Texas driver's license and I'm perfectly fine. When I want to show them my concealed carry license, I'm not finished. Let's keep things into perspective. Driving is not an inherent right. It's not. It's a privilege. It's not even designed to be something that you inherently are supposed to have. You don't have a right to drive a car, but I have a right to own a firearm. I have a right under the Second Amendment, but yet I still have to engage in these moronic laws that prevent me from carrying a gun in a city, in a state that I don't know anything about. So if I were to travel down to downtown where Yale is and decide to, I don't know, do like typical tourist stuff and walk around and look at the sights and explore the city, guess what? I have to do it without a firearm. And we all know how close Yale is to, some not so savory areas. I can easily find myself over there because I don't know the area very well. But guess what? I'm unarmed. Thanks, Connecticut. However, I will say the weather is awesome out here.
When I first started becoming a Second Amendment advocate, I was like Achilles in the opening scene of Troy. Action. When I first became a Second Amendment advocate, I was like Achilles. Right now we are filming a segment where I talk about my devolving enthusiasm with engaging anti-gunners because they... What?
You're gonna have your hand on it, open it up, and then you deliver your line looking down into it.
Obviously, after a few dozen washes, it stops feeling brand new. I had so much enthusiasm, so much energy and vigor, just kind of next person I engaged, because I wanted to see the different perspectives that people had. And I feel like I just keep running into the same old, tired, basically talking points from the other side. So the hardest thing for me is maintaining that enthusiasm. And hopefully, I never have to cross that road. I don't know what it is, but I've developed the thing for wearing heather gray t-shirts. To the movies, to the mall, to the grocery store, even at home while I'm gaming. I always seem to find a way to throw on a heather gray t-shirt. Maybe I got it from my ex-girlfriend who also loved them and wore them religiously. For whatever reasons, there's nothing like throwing on a brand new, well-fitted heather gray t-shirt. Obviously, after a few dozen washes, it stops feeling brand new and then becomes my favorite old worn t-shirt. Until it becomes so worn, I'm forced to buy another fresh heather gray t-shirt. In many ways, that's how I feel about my journey into the world of firearms. Lately, I find myself envying the old days when I first got into guns. Everything was so new and exciting, like popping on that fresh heather gray tee. However, nowadays it feels more like that t-shirt after a few dozen washes. Don't get it twisted, my passion for guns grows every day. I have 50 million AR-15s, and I still get that warm and fuzzy feeling every time I get a new one. I still watch YouTube videos about guns that I've owned for years because I still enjoy hearing other people's perspective on said guns. I still randomly go to gun stores for no other reason than to look at guns and shoot the shit. However, what makes things feel like my old heather gray t-shirt, even though I love it, are anti-gunners' complete and utter lack of competition. When I first became a Second Amendment advocate, I was like Achilles from the movie Troy, thirsty for anyone to challenge me.
Is there no one else?
Every housewarming, every house party, every dinner party, every baby shower, every wedding, hell, even baby christenings. I would turn all of these events into a gun debate because I loved the conversation and it was exhilarating to me. It was like putting on a fresh heather gray t-shirt because I never knew from what perspective or what angle someone was gonna come at me with, and I loved the challenge. It's called the Bill of Rights, not the Bill of Needs.
Yeah, but you think anybody could just own an assault rifle?
Fortunately, as time went on, I went from being Achilles at the beginning of Troy to Menelaus, begging Paris to fight him like a man as he scurried away from the fight on his knees like a little child.
Fight me! You can't!
All I hear now when people talk about the gun debate are the same tired arguments over and over and over again. There's no attempt to make a unique argument, no attempt to go below the surface. Everyone just stays in their tired old t-shirt comfort zone of more background checks. Guns are dangerous. If we decrease guns, we decrease violence. And in the words of K. Moore the Great, Instagram movie troller extraordinaire, a yada, 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 yada. The conversations are just not that exciting. And they should be. The gun debate isn't a simple discussion. It's complex and layered. But most of the people on the other side of the debate only want to oversimplify it with solutions already proven not to work. Which is unfortunate because I really used to love the mental exercise and challenge of having a gun debate. Now it's like playing NBA 2K with all of my attributes at 100. Yeah, sure, it's fun to launch three-pointers and hit every single one of them and beat teams out by 70 points. But after playing those weak-ass opponents, you start to long for the good old days.
Hey, it's LaSorte here. I'm filling in for Colion for this segment, and I can't wait for you to meet Kevin Dixie of No Other Choice Firearms Training. I first met him at SHOT Show and was impressed with his message of freedom and empowerment. We had an opportunity to catch up at the range and later at an event hosted by Kevin. So, what are we shooting, bud? And thanks for bringing all this out.
Oh, not a problem. So we have one that's near and dear to my heart. This is a Scar 17 Heavy. I mean, I really love these guys, and it's got the Leopold sitting on top of it. And then we have our Black Rain 223-556. Very nice gun. This is my go-to rifle. It has the Vortex Strike Eagle 1x6 on top. This is the Glock 23, compensated Exxon coated. It's got the agency arms trigger in it. And then we have here something that's near and dear to my heart. This is our Sharp Brothers and Spikes, coupled with the Advanced Armament Corp 300 Blackout.
Nice.
So this is wonderful. This paint job here, this hog was actually done in by my good friends at Midwest Cerakote here in St. Louis. So this rifle used to be all black. And I tell people, have fun with your guns, man.
So, Colion, unfortunately, because of family emergency, wasn't able to be with us today. But in honor of him, we are going to do something really feely and emotional like he would want to do, because I call him the butterfly. I'm going to point at a gun, and I want you to give us one word that expresses your feeling about that particular gun. Give me a word.
Adultery.
You're cheating on somebody with that thing, right? All right. So the Black Rain.
That's commitment.
Commitment.
Yeah, it's always there for you.
And then the Glock 23, that is?
Franken-functional. I can call them Franken-functional because a lot of it came from the factory, but it's franked out a little bit, not too much, not too extreme, so it's still functional.
Okay.
So I call it Franken-functional.
All right. And the 300 Blackout that I know you say really is your baby.
Desperation. And I say that because I just want to go somewhere and hunt hogs with it. So I'm desperate.
And it shouldn't be that hard. But NRA annual meeting is in Dallas next year. You will be hog hunting.
I love it.
If we have to wait that long.
My name is Kevin Dixie. I'm the founder of No Other Choice Firearms Training here in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a product of the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri, which I don't think is a bad place at all. I think it's a place that doesn't have some of the opportunities, and it's definitely a place of tons of misinformation, but not a place where it's bad people, all right? So
Kevin recently hosted an event that was held in one of St. Louis's most troubled areas called Aiming for the Truth. It featured speakers talking about the real causes of violence and breakdown of the family, and looked at how to break the cycle. I couldn't be prouder of men like him who are actively trying to make a difference by facing the tough problems and talking about them in an honest manner.
This event is truly meant to help the community and show that hashtag we are more than guns, we are a community. That is the purpose of today's event. So when we think about aiming for the truth, a lot of times whenever we talk about violence anywhere in this country in particular, but if you take it for a second and you focus on the inner city, a lot of times we always focus on guns, right? You hear violence, you hear guns, all right? So guns equal violence. That is a myth and it's not true. But when you convince the people that it's an innate object that is the source of all your problems, it's easy to convince those people to get rid of that object. All right, so we really want to aim for the truth. What's behind violence? So that's why we're going to talk about mental illness, or as I was told by the experts, mental conditioning. So when you start thinking about mental illness and why it is so important to address it, even when it ties back into, let's take a segment of the community. Let's take us two-way people as gun guys. Running around as a 14-year-old kid, I had no idea why I was so angry. I just liked to fight, didn't we? Mm-hmm. It's my brother back there laughing. We like to get into a little scuffle. It was fun though. I mean, this is without guns and all that. This is just kids being kids, right? You be friends the next day, same guy you see at the corner store, and it was all good. But I was angry, and I was very, very angry. And the first time that I touched a firearm, I was right around close to being 14. It was a little 25 Tomcat. We were at a friend's house and we were standing on his back porch, and he was like, let's figure this thing out. Now that I understand everything about, safety and muzzle control, if there's a safety rule, we broke it. We broke safety rules that haven't been written yet, okay? Like, we broke them, and we finally figured out how to get it to work, and we shot it. And I was like, well, that was fun, so we shot it again, right? But I realized at the time there was something really, really dangerous about what was going on. But it wasn't about the mechanical aspect of the firearm. What was dangerous about it, and I found out a month later, is that when I went in, somebody forced me to go talk to a therapist. They forced me to. And I went in and I found out that I was depressed. I was diagnosed with depression at 14, okay? What was appealing about the gun is that it could make the depression go away. That's why I liked it so much. That was the appealing factor. So another reason why I stand up and I bring experts in like these two and we talk about mental illness is because if I didn't address that, I wouldn't be standing in front of you today, all right? And another thing, when you talk about being a two-way guy, I was able to take the one thing that threatened my life, and now I took it, I grabbed control of it, and I turned it to defend lives, all right? And that's power and power to be. So let's think about it. You've built up your family, right? You've dealt with your money. You've built a great circle. And now you want to have the thing that you need to protect that, right? You've done everything you can. You've dealt with any kind of conditioning. You built better bonds with your lady or your man. Everything is great. You look at life in a different aspect now. Everything is better. But everything you're working hard for, everything now that you're bleeding and sweating for, every time you get up and you don't quit, you have no other choice but to be successful in everything you do. How do you defend that? Okay? That's what the Second Amendment is.
What an awesome story and journey Kevin is on. You can learn more about his firearms training at nootherchoice.net and help support his cause. It's men like Kevin who are providing hope to those of us who see too many negative trends in today's America. And for that, he gets my ultimate respect.
So let me bring you in and show you what life is about, or help you obtain a better life. So that just drives me in. That's why I just get out and do it.
So you're gonna rob, right? At some point there's gonna be bang, bang, bang.
Okay, here we go. Stand by outside. Stand by robbers. Action!
We all know getting our gun back in the fight as soon as possible is critical. Regardless if we're changing our mags, we have a malfunction, and we're doing it with one hand. We have to be able to problem solve. So in this scenario, one of my arms went down, and I had to be adaptable and get that gun back up in order to get back in the fight. These scenarios can happen anywhere, and we have to be able to think through things unconventionally. You could be carrying a baby, moving somebody in your environment, or your arm just goes down, whether you got shot or it's injured. No matter what we're given, we have to be able to problem solve and forge the will to fight at every opportunity. We have to open up our awareness regardless of what the environment is giving us. When it comes to this type of manipulation, there's three things that come to mind: an unconventional mindset, motor memory, and adaptability. When you think about an unconventional mindset, you have to be able to put that into context. Everybody's used to training in a static environment where they're conventional, where it's one dimension, where you're only thinking about one way of doing things. We have to be able to open it up. There's so many different training tools out there, like simulators and ranges with simunition and airsoft. You can do a lot of different things to be able to add that unconventional mindset. In this scenario, I ended up pinching my gun between my knees to get that magazine back in. The one thing that it did for me is it reduced my mobility, but I understand that and I'm willing to give that up because I can keep my awareness up. It's never gonna be the perfect scenario, and it's always gonna be unconventional. That's why when you look at a scenario like this with one arm down, I have to figure it out to get my gun back up. There's a lot of techniques, there's a lot of capabilities, and there's a lot of tactics that you guys can apply, but you have to be able to train on them, and you have to understand them. But when you pick something and you decide what works for you, you have to rep it over and over again. And that takes us to motor memory. To be able to be good and be able to translate that under stress in reality, you have to get good reps in a training environment. Perfect practice makes perfect. You have to be able to get on the range and get good training in. You have to be able to spend that time to get good, solid reps in. When you look at creating solutions in a threat environment, you're gonna have stimulus, you're gonna have a high adrenaline, high heart rate. All these things are gonna be happening to you, which ultimately give you that unconventional scenario. The closer you get yourself to a threat dynamic, to what you think's gonna happen, the better off you're gonna be in training and the better off you're gonna be in reality. And the last thing is being adaptable. Problem solving and understanding how to use our environment, literally manipulating our environment to our advantage. So whether I have multiple attackers in a convenience store, or I'm out at a mall, or I'm at a church, we don't expect these things to happen to us, but what we have to understand is the constant is always gonna be us. What's in our heads and our capability to be able to apply to that environment. As long as we understand that, then no matter what scenario and context comes our way, we'll be able to handle it and we'll do it effectively.
Here we go, stand by. Setting camera. And action.
My first move is fully clearing my shirt material with my working hand to expose my pistol. Once the pistol's clear from the holster, I start to drop my elbow, rotating my arm upward as quick as possible. Keeping my eyes on the fight, I bring the sights into my focal plane. After taking multiple shots, the gun goes dry and the slide locks to the rear, triggering me to start my one-handed mag change. Keeping the gun in my workspace and my eyes in the fight, I hit the magazine release to eject the empty mag. As soon as the magazine is clear, I bring the gun in towards my knees in order to pinch the firearm to gain positive control. Once I have control, I can then manipulate my shirt to access my extra magazine. As soon as my magazine has cleared its holster, I then start pointing it directly towards the magwell. Directing the magazine into the magwell, I seat it with my palm. Next, I rack the slide along my pant leg material to get the next round into the chamber. Using the momentum of the slide rack, I start rotating my arm to bring the gun back up into my focal plane, picking up my front sights, and take shots if necessary.
4 courses of fire, Team Bravo tied it up with Team Alpha for first place with 7 points, and Team Charlie is not too far behind in 3rd place with 4 points. Shooters, the night has come. Course of Fire 5 is inspired by the crazy gun laws of Washington, D.C., where the average citizen cannot possess guns, ammo, or magazines. In between our shooting stations, we have a DC zone. In that zone, you cannot possess guns, ammo, or magazines. One shooter will begin from 10 yards with a pistol, and they will be shooting 6 plates on the dueling tree. Once those 6 plates are hit, the shooter will run either around the DZ with extra ammo for the next station, or they can run through the DZ without extra ammo. They'll be arriving at the shotgun station, which is also at 10 yards, where they will shoot 5 shots and hopefully hit all 5 on the Texas Star. They'll be shooting with the Mossberg pump action with birdshot this time. Nice. So if that shooter that's starting at the pistol station has faith that they can execute 5 out of 5 on the Texas Star, they can run straight through that DC zone without the bag that has extra birdshot in it. The catch is, if that first shooter misses at all with the shotgun, they'll have to run back through the DC zone, grab the extra ammo, and run all the way around the DC zone, ultimately costing much more time. Once the shooter has dropped all plates on that Texas Star, their time is up. Once that person is gone, we'll reset the stage, and the next teammate will start with the shotgun. They will have a stockpile of ammunition to shoot the Texas Star, and they will have a bag on the table with extra magazines for their pistol. So it's the same thing in reverse. The team with the cumulative shortest time wins the challenge. Now, one thing to consider is the bonus chalk. If the chalk is hit, you get 1 extra bonus point. If a balloon is hit while attempting to hit the chalk, you will lose a full point.
Nice.
Wow. Any questions on this course of fire?
Wow.
No, I'm shooting the chalk.
I knew you would.
All right, shooters, let's do this.
Nice. I love it. That one's exciting. Wow.
I'm going for the chalk.
Going for the chalk. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think on the pistol, I'm gonna hit those 6 shots, and then I'll see where I'm led. But I think that I could hit that extra point shot.
Look, I can reload a handgun faster than I can reload a shotgun.
That's true.
Right?
Right.
So I'm gonna take my chances with the chalk. If I don't get it within the first 2 shots,
okay,
I'm switching over to the plates.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first. So I'm trying to think about whether or not I should just take the hit and grab the bag and run around.
The penalty of missing one of those plates is just too great. Running all the way around this thing, I mean, it's crazy.
I'm still on the fence on if I should grab that extra magazine and run around to the pistol.
Yeah.
I don't know. What if you just say F it and just run straight there?
If you go ahead and grab and circle around, it's a lot more assurance, right?
Yeah.
The bag.
The bag.
The bag.
Unless you...
Unless I miss.
But you won't. But you won't. You're fine. Take your time. Take your time.
We got a play to win here. If we have to run, we have to run. I mean, I guess I had to run a little on the first course of fire because of some decisions I made.
Wait, do you have any shotgun ammo?
Oh, shit. All right, brother. You're gonna shoot clean, I'm gonna shoot clean. No running. No running.
Shooter ready. Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Nice and smooth, baby. Oh, I think I saw it.
Top 3 have been hit. Number 6. Got it.
All right, buddy, you hit the chalk. Nice and slow on the shotgun. Take your time. Take your time. Nice. Nice. Don't rush it. All right. Nice run, baby.
You're ready. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
Clean.
4 has not been hit. 4 and 6 have not been hit. Four and 6.
Which one?
That one. And the bottom one. Got it. Time.
Oh, should have trusted the laser a little bit more.
Team Sloth, it's on you. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, go. One more on the top. Got it. Good.
That was a solid run.
You got this, Nicole?
Eyes and ears. 3, 2, 1, go.
I love it. She's working that pump like nobody's business, and she never shoots.
It's gotta fall. It's gotta fall.
Yep. One more round. You don't have to press the button. Just run the slide. Nice.
Let's go, Nicole. You got it.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. She's smart. Yep, take some time. Oh! Did she? She didn't shoot 3.
Shit.
3 and 6 need to be hit.
Oh. Run around! Oh. Oh, that's,
She can do that.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Start unzipping your bag. Once you get comfortable in that home stretch, start unzipping your bag. You're doing good. Audibly breathe. Audibly breathe. Your breath control and trigger control are the same
3
thing.
and 6 from the top. The third one and the last one.
Third one and the last one.
Got it. Got it.
Oh,
done.
Nice. Oh boy.
Clear and safe.
Oh boy. That's gonna be
Nice job.
Let's go, Thea.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm nervous. This is fun. All right.
She's got it.
Let's. Oh, that doesn't matter. Yep, because she can reload there. She doesn't have to go back and get the ammo. Okay, got them all. That was pretty good. Doesn't shoot a shot. Oh, that was that.
It's gotta fall. That plate has to fall.
Oh, good.
Good.
Damn, she's got to run back.
Nope, she doesn't anymore. It did fall.
Okay.
So she did hit it.
That has 6 rounds, doesn't it?
It's got 5.
Oh.
Is there one down there?
Should shoot twice on one target.
But
Tell her
it
to
did
unzip
fall.
her bag. Tell her to start unzipping her bag.
You got this.
Let's go, Thea!
You're doing great.
You're moving. So there's still one on there, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't see.
At the very bottom.
Gotcha. Right. We spent too much time.
Time.
She hit the
post.
All right.
All right.
Good job. You did great.
4.
You got this,
3,
Alex.
2, 1, go.
But she can reload the thing right there. Okay.
Come on, Alex. You got it.
Out of that.
See how fast she got that in there?
She closed the slide, yep. Nice.
Come on.
Start unzipping that bag.
Oh, there goes my mic. I got my mic dragging behind me.
okay.
Don't worry about it.
Jeremiah's having a heart attack right now, but that's okay.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
It's not hit. 5 and 6. The bottom 2 need to be hit.
I like it. She didn't.
Bottom two. Hit. Hit.
Nice.
Oh, she's dead.
Nice reload.
Guys, it's 2 a.m. We just completed the 5th course of fire. Bravo team, you guys shot that first. You did well. Collins, you shot your course of fire clean. Darren, you had to do a little bit of running.
Yep.
You guys chose to shoot the chalk, and Collins, you hit it.
But I saw the chalk fly off.
No, I hit the
match.
chalk.
You did. That's right. Dead center.
I was committed.
Yeah, you were. You were not good.
committed.
If I told you I'd pay you $1,000 not to shoot at the chalk, you still would have shot the chalk.
Yeah.
That was nice.
It was futile.
That
I was dead set on hitting that
You
shot.
hit it. That's good. You hit it. I think you actually hit it a couple times. That was awesome. Barrett, Nicole, you guys did well. Barrett, you flew through that sucker at a quick pace. I was surprised that you did not try to shoot the chalk.
I really didn't think about it.
Yep.
I just got locked didn't think about it. And so it was pointed out later that I had more rounds in my magazine to even shoot it. So I was just like, that's a good afterthought, but didn't think about it.
But hey, missed opportunity possibly. Thea, Alex, you all did good. Alex, interesting strategy move. You decided to grab the bag right off the bat. You were the only one to do that.
It's better to be safe than sorry. I'm just gonna run around, mic fine and all, and just do it. And I'm glad I did, because I actually ended up missing a couple more shots.
That was a smart move. It might have saved you guys some time. All right, how'd you guys do on that? Let's talk about the times. So, Team Bravo, you guys had a total time of 1:30.
Ooh.
Okay, and you had a bonus point for the chalk.
All right.
Nice.
I like it.
Team Alpha, you guys had a total time of 1:39.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I knew it was gonna be close.
Yeah, it was
I knew
close.
it was gonna be close.
Team Charlie, you guys had a time of 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
Nice.
All right.
All right, all right.
So where does that put us? Team Alpha, you guys gained 2, puts you at 9 points total.
Right.
Team Bravo, you got 3 plus 1 for the bonus chalk, putting you guys at 11. Team Charlie, you guys are bringing up the rear. You came in with 4, got a point, puts you at 5. Still a few courses left. Let's do it.
All right. Got a pep up. It's 2 in the morning, but we're gonna pep up.
Everybody got a bed out here?
Next time on the NOIR Team Challenge. This next course of fire, this is a pretty cool course of fire. One shooter is going to dip their hands in the ice water. Go! While the other shooter runs back, grabs up to 4 ammo cans.
Yeah, you
Wow, 3 in one hand.
At that point, Iceman will dig through the ammo cans in search of a 10-round magazine and will shoot a piece of steel 5 times.
That's daunting. I'm scared.
I have done this kind of sensory deprivation before.
Considering I'm from Oregon, I shoot in the cold and the snow.
I didn't do the snow where I am.
While the shooter's attempting to shoot the steel, the second shooter can go ahead and go to the crossbow station, at which point the person who ran the ammo cans will fire 2 crossbow shots into the crossbow target, and the team with the fastest time will get first place.
What's going on, folks? This is Colion Noir. If you like what you saw in this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button that should be located on the bottom left portion of the screen. I mean, come on, who you fooling? I know you want to.